Elon bought Twitter and cleaned house of like 70% of what he thought was waste. And it's running better now. That's what we need in this government: eliminate waste and secure profits. The waste that Elon Musk saw at Twitter were all American citizens. Those are the people that he got rid of. It was in the report, the video, where you left this comment, the video you were commenting to, that report about the 65,000 cap on H-1B visas annually in this country. That's the same report that said the people that he got rid of at Twitter were all American citizens. But what I'm trying to point out to you is that's why I call out the Patrick Bet-Davids, the Glenn Becks, because these people, tell you how to, they're so supposed to, they have these researchers on demand. Like that, there's no way they don't know this. Instead, they all elevated Musk. Patrick Bet-David being a big one, because he was the one that said, Musk needs to be more protected than Trump. So, like, the stuff he was saying was going over the top. But Patrick Bet-David came as an immigrant from Iran. And then he went on to say, because I will give him credit, his show did address H-1B visas, unlike Glenn Beck, who still, as far as I know, hasn't said anything. But these people have all promoted Elon to a nauseating degree. Because this is what happens when they do that. It's just, because Tucker said this, Patrick Bet-David, all of them have said, yeah, he went in there and cleaned house. So they all see American citizens as waste. They don't want to tell the other side of the story. This is the article that I'm talking about. To be fair, Musk didn't come to the U.S. on an H-1B visa. He came on a student visa. And later, his brother admitted that they were illegal immigrants in the early days of launching their Zip2 startup in the U.S. These claims are backed by U.S. Department of Labor data, which showed that Tesla requested over 2,000 H-1B visas during the time it was laying off U.S. workers. Again, there's a cap of 65,000 visas for the, I can't see part of it, U.S. annually, and Tesla alone tried to get over 3% of them. Oh, wait, I think I put 20, in that video you're replying to, I put 20,000 out of 65. So, I meant 2,000. But still, you see, there's this pattern of, because it's what this is all about is dark, because it's literally targeting American citizens. That's what Elon's doing. He did it at Tesla. He did it at Twitter. And yet all of those alternative medias that people have been putting on a pedestal have not told this. So who are they? They are people that support those that hate Americans. Like, that's what I liked about what Steve Bannon had to say, because he really pushed home, no, these people hate America. And most especially, they hate Americans. And it's very simple why they hate Americans. Because of what our history's founding is on. Most especially, they hate Americans that are Christian, because they hate Christianity. The problem stems from the employer's weight over the workers as a sponsor of their visa. Elon is famously hard on workers. Yeah, that's been known for a long time. And he doesn't like the traditional 40-hour work week. He often pushes Tesla employees to work 60 to 80 hours per week. Yeah, that's why when Patrick Bet-David was talking about it, he said when he came here, he worked 80 hours a week, and it was good for him. But but he's all about money. So there's this idea that just, if everything about America is just innovation, and I'm not saying innovation is bad, but if it's just everything is surrounding money, that's not, in my opinion, what the heart of America, because there's most of the wealthy, the millionaire and billionaire class, many of them, they don't love America in the way that I love America. They love America because of what money it's given them. Many Tesla employees have happily done this for years, and the main motive has been the belief in Tesla's mission to accelerate the advent of electric transport in order to curb climate change. So that's another way of coercing people, because he's all about this climate change thing. Okay, but yet he doesn't even look at real science when it comes to that. I mean, the climate change crap has just been so used as a manipulation tactic. This was a comment. H-1B, that was part of the article. H-1B are primarily a vehicle for U.S. corporations to get access to cheaper foreign labor with reduced labor protections. H-1B workers always live under the threat of being deported if they lose their job, which forces them to be more compliant to their corporate masters while they're here. If we really care about improving U.S. workers' tech skills, we just spend money training and educating U.S. citizens. But I think what Steve Bannon was saying is it's even that isn't even true. There's plenty of very skilled engineers that are U.S. citizens. Silicon Valley wants nothing to do with them. Most of the tech doesn't, because again, it's a darker. It's a hate at Americans. So we have plenty of engineers in this country that have the education that could be hired, and instead these tech bros, as they call them, okay, they're the ones that push all this higher education too. And I'm not against higher education. It's very stunning to me how it's mostly the higher educated, okay, and I see it in nursing, that are pulled in by the climate change bullshit. We're pulled in by the pushing transgenderism on children. Like, these are people that were, like, how is a nurse, and you're setting the standard of care in my profession, could you push this on children? It's against the science. Like, that's what gets me about the higher educated. It seems that it just has indoctrinated people more so that they don't think for themselves. They just believe whatever the government tells them. They just believe whatever the news tells them. And that's why I keep pointing out the alternative media, because they're just as bad as the mainstream media. They may tell you some more truths, but why to this day has Tucker not talked about how the people that Elon Musk eliminated at Twitter were American citizens? I don't like Tesla workers killing themselves working 80 hours per week. But if they do it passionately by choice for what they believe to be a great mission, it's hard to argue against that. It's their choice. But see, the thing is, we don't know if it's their choice. Because here's the thing. Trump ran his first administration, and I know personally, I said it a million times, so I'm not going into the story again and again. But I know he was doing something about trafficking and modern day slavery. So this serfdom, this indentured servitude, is an example of modern day slavery, because the trafficking chain, I've mentioned before, with trafficking, there's always a chain. Each link in the chain helps move the trafficked person along. So you can easily coerce somebody in India that thinks, oh, this is great, I'll go here. Then they get here, they're trapped. They're trapped by their employer because there's not much regulation on H-1B visas, too. That's the other problem. And then that employer can do whatever they want to them. I saw it before I got into nursing. I worked at a nursing home only one day. I could not handle that coming out of nursing school. But I was there for a 2-week orientation. Everybody in the building was Filipinos. All of them seemed to not like Americans because they had no reason and they didn't like me. But I was told they were all here on this contract and they all traveled together and they looked miserable. Like maybe they were coerced. That's the problem with all this. But if they do it because they want the American dream and they are afraid that getting let go will kill or slow down their chances of immigration because they are in the country on H-1B visas, then that feels like exploitation. It is. And many comments to this article from workers said all this was true.